I needed you the most, where were you? Where were you, man? When I needed you the most, and I was running touchdown after touchdown, and I kept looking up in the stands, saying, where were you, Pop? Everybody kept saying, boy, you run that ball, you just like your daddy, but you never came to the game. Where were you, man? Where were you when me and my sister was crying out for help, and we going to school every day, and we had raggedy clothes and all of that, and you never came? Where were you, Pop? Where were you when I was sitting down to use the toilet? Because that's what I saw my grandmama and my mama do, because I never saw a man do it. Where were you to show me how to do it? Where were you? I was going to school and they would hit me on the back of the head and they would call me a little chump and they would call me a punk, and I would say, no, that's not me. Where were you to show me how to be a man? When I was playing basketball and I was shooting that jump and everybody was like, man, you just like your daddy. You just like your daddy. But you never came to my game. Where were you when I needed you the most? My mama used to look me in the eye. You know what it feel like to have your mom look at you every day and say, I hate you, because you remind me of the biggest mistake I ever made. And that pain and that anger and that frustration, where were you when I was in the 6th grade? And they used to talk about me. Where were you? Mama got a new husband. He used to put his hands on her. He used to beat her. Where were you to protect us then? Where were you when I needed you the most, Pop? When we used to stay over at Grandma's house and all she used to do is go to church and go to work and go to church and go to work, and she used to say Jesus to work it out, but every day she went to church, Uncle Bob would come over the house and me and my sister would be in there. He would go in that room first and I would yell, crying out for help! Help! Please! He would come in my room and I'm a man! You're not supposed to do this! I'm a man! Where were you to help me? And I was screaming out. I hit the 8th grade and I said, I'm gonna get with this girl and this girl, because I'm gonna prove that I'm not like that. And in the 9th grade, I became a father. When I became a father, I said, I'd never do to my kid what you did to me. You think I just woke up one day saying I want to smoke weed until I get so high that I forget about everything? You think I woke up one day saying I want to get so drunk that it numbed the pain? Not only did I get a son, I also got HIV from the same girl that had my son. And I kept looking back saying, where were you? You were supposed to protect me. So when I got my first gun, because when I used to come home from school every day, they would pump me out and I'd say, you ain't gonna do me like that, and I got my gun. I didn't know I was gonna have to use it. But I still remember. But thank God, you make this happen to me. Grandma said you can see everything and you got all power. Why would you let them do that to me? I started screaming out. First time I got locked up. Help! Oh, they're grown men crying like Where were you? So when he walked up on me, to tell you how I ended up in here, he walked up on me, and he had the gun. And he raised up first. I still remember it like it was yesterday. See, ain't nobody gonna ever punk me again. He raised up. He shot and he missed. And I shot and I missed and he shot. And I boom! I bust him in the chest. See, yeah, boy! You ain't gonna mess with me no more. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Still. They was talking, boy, we got this cell. That boy Ray Ray a beast, boy. That boy was on the news. That boy was on the front page of the newspaper. Still remember. Yeah! Got to court. Still remember seeing the guy shot. Saw his little sister. Saw his mama. I saw my son. I said, he's locking me up, boy, but your dad ain't no punk. I might be getting locked up, but I ain't no punk. You let him know that your dad ain't no punk. So I'm a man. I'm a man. You think ain't no man, I'm a man. A man take care of his business. You think I'm not a man, I'm a man. I'm a man, man. I won. Can't do me any kind of way that I don't say anything. I'm a man. You understand me? I'm a man. I won.
Hey, have you lost your mind, man?
You don't know what I had to go through, man.
You sit here looking at 30 years to life in the penitentiary and you talking about you won?
You run over.
How, Ray?
If he had shot me, he would have killed me. I killed him.
Ray, you don't know when you gonna see your son. What about your mom, Ray?
Hey, my mom, you don't know.
You ain't the only one with that story, partner. I'm cut from the same cloth you from, Doc. I'm from the same hood you from. And your story ain't no worse than mine, Doc. My father was killed when I was 4, Ray. My mom was addicted to drugs, crack cocaine in particular, until I was 17. And my grandmother, Ray, she was my only caregiver, man. She raised me. When I was 9 years old, Ray, my grandmother started having heart failure. And when I was 12, my grandmother passed away. And I moved in with my mom at 10 years old, Ray, and every single day, man, it was verbal abuse, mental abuse, and physical abuse. You're not the only one, Ray, who mom said you was the worst mistake she ever had. And at 15, Ray, I sold my first piece of crack cocaine. And at 18, man, I was traveling back and forth from Florence, Alabama to Detroit, Michigan on the Greyhound bus with drugs. When I was 20, Ray, I bought my first kilo of cocaine, man. And they was trying to make me a celebrity in the hood. At 21, Ray, let me tell you why you made the mistake. When I was 21, Ray, May 3rd, 2000, my brother shot and killed 3 white guys on his doorstep. He took off on the run, Ray. They caught him, railroaded the trial, and Ray, he's sitting in prison right now with a life without parole sentence.
But he won, though.
You talking about you won?
He still won.
Ray, every time I go see my brother, I got to fight. I'm speaking faith, he's speaking fear. I'm speaking life, he's speaking death. I'm speaking blessing, he's speaking cursing. Ray, if he could just change the choice. Ray, how many wins? Ray, Ray, for me, Ray, that still wasn't enough. At 24, Ray, I boarded the plane going to Houston, Texas to get 5 kilos of cocaine, man. That was the day, man, my connect got me out there, Ray. Whipped the gun in my face, man. He pulled the trigger, but the gun didn't fire, Ray. Did I quit, man? No. But on August 1st, 2005, the FBI and the DEA had enough of me. That was the day that they arrested me and indicted me to stand charges of conspiracy to attempt to deliver and conspiracy to attempt to possess 50 to 150 kilos of cocaine and 2,000 pounds of marijuana, Ray. When they wrapped me up in the conspiracy, Ray, they tried to say I had my first cousin killed. They tried to say I had my second cousin killed, Ray. But by the grace of God, Ray, on April the 17th, 2006, man, I stood in front of Judge Sharon Blackburn and she sentenced me to 96 months in federal prison, Ray. But on the road to prison, dog, when there were no distractions, when there were no interruptions, when there were no interferences, Ray, I begin to face the fact of the reality of, if I go back to society selling dope the same way I was selling it before I got locked up, next time, Ray, they would give me a life without parole sentence. So, Ray, I started picking up some books and I started reading. And one day, Ray, I picked up a book by the great Dr. Miles Monroe.
Yes, God.
The book is entitled The Purpose and Power of Vision. Yeah. And what he said, Ray, he said this and it shook me to the core of my being. He said that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but it's when you live in your life without a purpose. Did I quit, Ray? No, man. I started acting a fool in the penitentiary, man. And Ray, man, I was with a clique of dudes, man, and we was escaping jail, man. One night we left, man, and we got caught. And I can never forget the time, man, when I got back in prison and they locked me up and put me in that one-man cell, man. And when I was sitting in that one-man cell, man, I said, Ray, enough is enough. I said, Lord, I'm tired.
All right.
Lord, if you just show me what I'm created for. I'll give up the dope. I'll give up the women. I'll give up the money. I'll give up the dogs. If you just show me what I'm created for. For the next 6 weeks, Ray, day in and day out, I'm in that one-man cell all by myself, Ray. And one day, man, I got a book in the mail by Joel Osteen. And it was entitled Your Best Life Now. And in chapter 1, Ray, what the writer was saying is that you have to enlarge in your vision. The writer was saying if you can't never see yourself living on the house of the hill, if you can never see yourself making it to the NBA, if you can never see yourself starting your own business, you will never be able to do it. I say, Lord, I ain't never seen myself do nothing but selling dope. And he said, son, keep reading. And Ray, as I kept reading the book over and over again, all of a sudden it just took a flash like, pow! And it felt like, Ray, my spirit and my soul left my body and it went to a place. And Ray, I just seen a sea of people, man. I look to the right, I see my mom, I see my grandmother, I see my auntie. I look to the left, I see my 2 uncles in white suits. I look back at myself and bam! I'm right back, Ray. Ray, I jumped up out the bed, man. I say, I'm going crazy, I'm losing my mind, man. I ran to the door by myself. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all gotta get me out of here. I'm hallucinating. Correctional officer came over the door, Ray, and he looked at me. He said, you that same one that was down at the camp acting a fool, man. You can handle it. And he slammed the door in my face. Ray, I started crying. But that night, Ray, that exact same night, I laid down and I went to sleep. And I was scared to death, Ray. But as soon as I went to sleep, Ray, the exact same thing that I seen in that trance that day, I saw it in a dream. But this time, Ray, I was preaching. I had a microphone in my mouth and I was going down the aisles and I could feel my auntie saying, boy, you better preach. I jumped up out of the bed. I set it aside. I say, Lord, are you calling me to preach? He said, what is the thing about you that everybody hates I say, "Mama, I don't know." He said, "It's your mouth." Instantly, Ray, my mind went back to 3 different places. I was 13, me and my mom riding to school, and I asked her about one of her friends they was talking about at school about she was smoking dope, and she popped me in the mouth. She said, "Bow, boy, shut up, you talk too much." The next time, Ray, I was with my auntie, and I was going to get my first Escalade at 21 years old, 15,000, I running in there. "Auntie, I want to put this down on the car." She said, "Get out of here, you talk too much." Third time, Ray, I was with my girl, and we were sitting at the dinner table 6 months before I got locked up. And I was boasting and bragging about all the money I had, all the dope I had, and what I was finna do. She looked at me, she said, "Ooh, I can't stand your mouth. You talk too much." Then the Spirit of the Lord said, "Ray, ain't nothing wrong with talking too much. You just talking about the wrong thing." After that, Ray, I discovered the gift. I understood the gift. I began to develop the gift, and Ray, I began to execute it in prison. But Ray, it was one thing that I had to do. Ray, as I began my healing process, as I began to get back in the concepts and the precepts of God, Ray, I had to forgive, man. Ray, I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive God. And Ray, I had to forgive my mother. Ray, I don't know what you got to do, but I know you got to forgive. And I know you don't want to hear this, Ray, but while you in jail right now, this is the greatest time for your life. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your day. And Ray, this is your time. Ray, you got to get back to Creator. You got to get connected back to the one that created you, Ray. Because the law of purpose says this. The resource has to go back to the source. The creature has to go back to the creator. The vine has to go back to the branch. And the product has to go back to the manufacturer, Ray. You are a spirit that possesses a soul and lives in a body. And God is a spirit. And they that worship must worship in spirit and truth. Ray, you got to turn your life around. And you got to get connected back to God. Ray.
And they're going to judge me when I come back, man.
Ray.
And the church folks gonna be looking at me like you shot somebody. You got HIV.
They can't save you. They can't redeem you. They can't reposition you. They can't renew you. Ray. You got to run back to God. I don't care what they say. He's like the father of the prodigal son with his arms wide open. And he says, "Son, I see you. I'm expecting you. Come back home." Ray, you not that person. You not a number. You not a number, Ray. You are not the number the prisoner said you are. You a name, man. Ray, I see something in you, man. I see the best in you, man. You got to give it up, Ray. You got to let it go, Ray. You got to cut away your past, Ray. You got to cut away your childhood, Ray. You got to cut away everybody that betrayed you, Ray. You got to cut away everything that happened to you. You got to forgive your dad, Ray. You got to turn it around, Ray. You got to cut the thing loose that's holding you down, Ray. You got to submit your will. Because I see it, Ray. I see another man in you. I see it, Ray. Surrender and take it off, Ray. Become the man that you was created to be, Ray. Take it off, Ray. Take it off, Ray. Take it off, Ray. Take off all the low self-esteem. Take off every bondage, Ray. Take it off, Ray.
Glory.
Take it off, Ray. How good and pleasant, Ray, as it is for the brothers to dwell together in unity. Become the man that God has created you to be. Woo! You a king, God. Get it off your hands. You a king, God. You a king, God.
Yes, God.
I didn't know that there was somebody else on the inside living. I didn't know it was somebody on the inside dying to live. I didn't know it was somebody crying out for help. I don't know who you are in here tonight. You may have came in here just like that, in the spirit. We can see it, but it might be a jersey, it might be a sweatsuit, it might be a pair of jeans, it might be that fly outfit, but it might be the very thing that you get your identity from. It's not like Christ. And tonight, I might not be the only one that needs to get free. I might not be the only one that needs to come forth and get some stuff shaken off. And I don't know who you are in this place, but if you're in this place and you've been holding on to some stuff, you've been holding on to unforgiveness, you've been holding on to something that your mom did, you've been holding on to something that your dad did, you've been holding on to who they said you were, you've been holding on to all those struggles and all of those strains, and you want to let it go, but you're tied to some stuff. There's some parents in here that's tied to some stuff, and you didn't know it. You didn't know it. You didn't even know it. You didn't even know it. You didn't know it. But your kids tied too. You trying to lift your head in freedom, but you trying to get free, but they in bondage too. You keep wondering why they keep acting like this. Why they keep doing this? Why they keep talking like this? Because they hurt you. You love God now, but there's some stuff that you needed to let go of. So I don't know who you are, but I'm going to leave that right there. We're just going to use him as an example of somebody being tired of. And you may be a child and it might not be your fault. You might not know why you hooked on porn and click on Facebook and hooked on Instagram and hooked on everything but God.